Well, it's just like I don't know.
Or
I've got like a really a, an uncle who's well off. He's got some money. And I was trying to see if I could get a couple bucks thrown my way, and he said no, drunk. Um, but that kind of leads me. Actually, sorry. Could we just hold on? Can we just pause for a quick second? Um, I had an idea, and this is something that my cousin was telling me about. I think this could be really cool. If remember the old episode that we did, like the one before the show happened, like it kind of was kind of like a test episode.
yeah, the original, yeah.
Everyone loved it. Remember, like everyone was laughing, and it was so fun. Um, what if we turn it into an NFC?
An NFC.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like those things go for like hundreds of thousands of dollars. I saw like there was a monkey that was like $600 billion.
Do you mean NFT?
Whatever. I think if we could turn it into an NFT and then just put it on online and have people bid for it, I think it could make so much money.
I mean, how would that work with CK and CK?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'll just Google it. How about that? And just let you know, the money would go to me, not to you. I mean, I'll give you a couple bucks, but it is my idea and it is my show. Let's not forget about that, please.
You sure CK and CK is in the title?
Okay, hold on, hold on. Hey everyone, welcome back to our second installment of CK and CK at the movies. Very happy you're here. Cole, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I got a little bit of a new setup, as you might be able to
Mm.
see. I got this great condenser microphone.
Mhm.
So hopefully my audio is doing a lot better than last time. How are we sounding, Cameron?
Sounding great. I didn't know the Goodwill had microphones. So today we've got a couple really good movies that we're all excited to talk about today. The first one is Black Adam. Um, Queen Ramadanda Shuri Mabaku Oikoyoi and the Dora Milaje fight to protect their nation from intervening world powers in the wake of King T'Challa's death as the Wakandans strive to embrace their next chapter.
Cam? Black Adam, not Black Panther.
Is there a difference?
Yes, two completely different movies.
You sure?
Did you confuse two movies just because the word black's in it?
Well, no, it wasn't because of that. I don't know. Is it?
That is honestly kind of disappointing. I don't
Okay,
know.
no, no, I got it. Shut. In ancient Kandag, Teth, the the Adam was bestowed the almighty powers of the gods. After using these powers for vengeance, he was imprisoned, becoming the Black Adam. Nearly 5,000 years have passed, and Black Adam has gone from man to myth to legend. Now free, now free, his unique form of justice born out of rage is challenged by modern day heroes who form the Justice Society. That's not right. I think it's Justice League. Who formed the Justice League. Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Atom Smasher, and Cyclone. And it's great to finally see Black Adam back on the big screen. It's just one of the great superhero movies I think of the year and probably of the generation that I've had experienced. Um, One thing that I really like about the movie is that transformation. I'm just going to read it again, from man to myth to legend, and I thought that was really exciting to see that kind of growth, and that's what I like. Cole?
Black Adam for me was surprisingly a good film. It's connected to the lore behind Shazam, which was a movie that came out a few years ago with Zachary Levi. And so Black Adam is eventually going to be, Shazam's kind of like arch nemesis in a way. Um, The Rock, who plays Black Adam, I
Yep.
thought did a very good job in this role. He stayed very serious and
And
uh,
something, excuse me, well, one thing that I found interesting is The Rock as an actor, because he's one of those guys that you kind of think of as more of a wrestler type. And to see him kind of bring out this new side of him, this new kind of exciting action hero side, was something I really enjoyed. But also, he kind of had those dramatic moments where he was more serious. Cole, what do you think of The Rock?
well, he hasn't wrestled in years, but I think The Rock, just being completely honest, often plays himself in
Mm.
movies that he's in, and I felt like
But not with this one.
this film, I thought he improved on
Mm.
his acting a lot, and I was very proud of him. Um,
And you could also don't forget about the other actors. We don't want to spend too much time on The Rock. Sarah Shahani, Pierce Brosnan, James Bond. We all remember James Bond. Noah Centineo, Quintessa Swindell, which there were no names. I didn't care, but I really like Pierce Brosnan because it reminded me of James Bond. And you know what? This is something that maybe they can explore down the line. Is what if Black Adam teamed up with James Bond? We could call him James James and Adam. That could be kind of an interesting team up with Pierce Bronson and Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. I think that could be really exciting because Black Adam is more. I don't want to say fantastical, but kind of not of this world. But James Bond he was on Earth, and doing that kind of difference can be exciting.
Actually, the Black Adam is of this world. He was originally a slave, um, centuries and centuries ago, who gains the powers of Shazam.
Well, it's just an idea. You don't have to take it literally.
I thought Black Adam was something that the DCEU really needed. It
Mm.
brought back, I felt, a more dark, gritty, kind of anti-hero superhuman movie that's all connected to the lore of like Shazam, having like the same wizards cameo in it to give the powers of
Mhm.
Shazam
Yeah.
onto this slave boy hundreds of
Yeah.
years ago to essentially help free his oppressed people.
Mhm.
And I love how everything in the movie kind of comes full circle
Mhm.
when Black Adam, who is essentially brought back up from his tomb prison per se,
Mhm.
uh, to essentially now free the modern day
Yeah.
people from their oppression against these different groups that kind of seek to.
Sorry, quickly circling back to bringing back people from the dead. Do you wish Chadwick Boseman was in this one? So Black Adam is one of my favorite Marvel movies of this year. It's got this incredible energy because it's got those scenes with the talking, which you could do without, in my opinion. But then the action starts up, and the action really just makes you grip your armrests and makes the eyes roll back into your head, and just phenomenal stuff. And it's one of those things where it's zooming around. I couldn't I couldn't sleep a wink after I saw the movie. It was just one of the best things I've seen probably of the year. Cole, what would you think? What would you give Black Adam?
I would give Black Adam 5 Adams out of 5. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's great. Good for you, Cole. I'm happy. I would give the Black Adam. I mean, Dwayne Johnson kind of like almost like The Rock. Remember him? He's kind of a wrestler, and I like that Dwayne Johnson's starting to do some acting now. I would say, it's kind of like a tip of the hat. I would give him like 3 wrestling rings out of 3. It was just one of those great movies. I loved it a lot. Our next movie that we're going to move on to right now is Smile. Ooh, spooky. It's one of those. Well, let me tell you about it. After witnessing a bizarre traumatic incident involving a patient, Dr. Rose Cotter starts experiencing frightening occurrences that she can't explain. Can't explain. As an overwhelming terror begins taking over her life, Rose must confront her troubling past in order to survive and escape her horrifying new reality. Starring Sosie Bacon, Tip of the Hat to Bacon, which is now on Dark Triforce Films, starring Cameron Kircher, one of the premiered web series of the year. Kyle Gallner, Caitlin Sassy, Jesse T. Ushers, Rob Morgan. I'll be honest. This was a movie I was kind of against reviewing on CKCK because I wanted it to be more blockbuster heavy. And Smile has one of those no-name casts, which was a little uninteresting to me. But I think I was won over in the end by the smiles, and it did make me smile, but also made me scared at the same time. And that's why I appreciated that in movies. Cole, what did you think of Smile?
I thought Smile was a film that should honestly be nominated for
Mhm.
an Oscar. I
Yeah.
think that it's a psychological thriller like no other that I've seen before, and this is kind of my field of expertise.
Okay.
Psychological thrillers. I think there's a common theme found throughout the film that everything that we kind of do can ultimately affect others and can start a chain reaction
Yeah.
of events, either good or bad.
Mm,
And it has a big emphasis on how our reality
mm,
can be very different than somebody else's, and we can't always get
exactly.
to understand people's realities.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And it does in a very spooky way.
Yeah.
And it's
Like reality being like like money or anything. That's just like something made up. Like it's just made up. It's not real. Like, I mean, who cares if there's bills or something I mean, sure, there's some like the big ones you got to pay, but like, I mean, not everything you got to pay.
I mean, money is pretty generally real. It's not something that means much in the way of like, love and happiness, or at least to some people. But
Well, you're allowed to be wrong.
back to the film,
Mhm.
um, I felt that it was probably the most unsettling film I've ever seen. It wasn't over the top scary, but at the same time, it's screwed up.
Yeah,
It just makes you feel things.
kind of that balance between the smile and the scares, right?
Yeah, I
That would
mean,
be a good title.
the
Smile
balance.
and scares.
Smile. I feel like that's a little bit too much. I think the honestly the one word smile
Okay.
leaves a lot to kind of question about what the film's almost about, which in
Mm.
other cases people will be like, that's not a good idea. You want people to know. But I think it was a very clever title because it gives the audience exactly what they need to know. It's this
Mm.
entity that smiles so menacingly at you,
Yeah.
and as it gets worse and worse, the smile does too, and
Mm.
the things that the entity does to you and makes you see, it's just horrendous.
Yeah.
So I definitely would say that
Mhm.
it's the top scary movie of the year to me.
Mm. Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's really a movie that got under my skin in a good way, something that I appreciated. I mean, and something that I appreciated from the movie title is, it makes our job easy. Cole, how many smiles would you give Smiles? Smile.
I would definitely give 10, creepy smiles out of
Mm.
10.
Hmm.
I know we did five out of five for the last film, but I
Yep.
felt like this film just deserves more smiles.
Mm-hmm. See, I would give it 5 smiles and 5 scares.
Ooh, okay,
I think that's right.
okay.
Mhm.
And scares isn't negative in this case.
No, 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 because it is a scary movie, and that's what we want out of these movies. We want to be spooked, we want to be scared, and that's what I appreciate it.
Um, I think that Smile is something that you should all go see, and it's definitely something that I'm going to be watching over and over again. It's my
Right.
definitely 5 times a year type of film.
For sure, for sure. Good. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for watching today's episode of CK and CK at the movies. I'm Cameron Kircher. That's Kaercher.
And I'm Cole Kachejian. Don't try and spell it because you're not going to be able to anyways.
Thanks for watching. Enjoy the movies.